Welcome to step 2 of on-demand retirement program, which is about building your team. I assume that you've completed all exercises and homework related to step 1 and now have several areas that you are planning to purchase your properties in. Step 2 will not be talking directly about that, but I want you to have that portion, the step 1 is completed. So it is fully prepared to move forward. Don't leave anything behind that is not done or half done. Talking about your team. As usual, the objective of the step first, and then we'll go about learning and implementing. So this step number 2, building your team. You will have to understand the role of your team. Why do you need a team? Why can't you just do it alone? Then, who do you need in the team? And at what stage of the process? Because we're talking about quite long process here. You don't need all of them immediately at the same time, and we'll discuss that. Then, where and how to find these people and how to select people that you will be working with. That's another thing that we'll go through during this step. And then, as a result, you will have all your team members ready to work for you. So you will have to search and you will have to select people who you are happy and comfortable to work with based on criteria that I will provide you. And that would solidify the step number 2. Now, the role. Why do you need a team? Why can't you do it alone? First of all, you cannot know it all. You will need to learn specific aspects of the business, but you need to have in-depth knowledge in each particular area, and it is just simply not feasible and is not needed for you to succeed as the person who will own that business. Then you cannot, and trust me, you don't want to do it all. People will be working. If you are to do it all, first of all, it is hardly possible, especially if you have your property located elsewhere. Second, it is not your objective to fill in your spare time with activities related to this business for the rest of your life. Okay. Then, and it is quite important, any business is about having a system and the team. I came to this long ago, and as you can see, there is no mention here about the product or service. I'm totally convinced that any product could be sold or presented or moved into the market if you have the system as a core business and the team that makes that system functioning properly. That's why you need a team here. It's an essential component of any business. You also want your business to be able running without you. Again, it is just to support the concept of you having more time to do something that you truly like, correct? Your role is to put a team together and simply be in control. If you want your business to succeed, you should learn to rely on professionalism of your team members. Remember, we were talking on a webinar about I with they concept. It was about you structuring the business and then finding people who would make it running as a mechanism, as a machine, and then they will be running it for you with you only supervising the process from the distance. And that's the objective. Your time to enjoy this life is the most important part and the ultimate goal of your life process. Am I right? And this course is meant to help you with that in particular. So you should acquire the skill set for this purpose, not to be a landlord, not to be a real estate agent, not to be a broker or somebody else. You are the person who puts it together and controls. And this is why we need a team to help you to succeed with this business. Talking about relations, as in any team, I'm sure you know about that, it is important to establish certain level of relations. People who will work with you will accept that you are in charge. There will be no problem with that. You need to understand that no one from your team will report to you directly. It's like a virtual team. Establish yourself as a person in charge. Tell them that what you need as a result, listen what they have to say, they're professionals, right? And confirm at the end what you want them to do. That's the job, that's the process. All team members are or should be happy to work. Then they would be happy to work with you and to help you with whatever you want them to do. All team members are paid during the process. You should understand that. They know that already. What they do for you is what they do for a living. That's the base. They all know that they succeed only when you do. And this is the magic formula of your success. No matter what phase your business is at, looking for properties or the ownership, all related expenses are part of your financial model. We'll discuss it later. But that also a certain facet of your relation with the team. They are happy, they do what they know, and at the end they are paid when you are successful, so they will be successful alone. Many people are at one or another management role or have been for many years, so that would be a no-brainer for them. For those who've been working mostly alone, it is something to learn. When you build your team, always assume that it's going to be a long-term relation. From the first moment, build that relation the way that would allow you to keep it open for the rest of your life. Even if some team members will disappear from your horizon, they should have that feeling when you call them later. They should be happy to hear your voice, not to hate that phone call. And the last thing, respect their time. Respect the time of your team members. Avoid calling them too often or without proper preparation. As I said, respect their time. You want them to accept your every single call, and you don't want them to be irritated with frequent calls or when you call and don't know what to say. So pay attention to that. It is also an important when forming relations inside of your team. Let's talk about who you actually need. There are a few stages during the process of you becoming the business owner. First stage, it is before you purchase the property. Even before you looking for particular deals. You would need to have real estate agents, mortgage broker or brokers, and a real estate lawyer. After you purchase the property, after it starts running as a business, you will need for sure a property manager, an accountant, and few other people that we'll discuss a bit later. Whole step 2 is split into few short parts or sections, so it would be easier to consume information and come to the next part only after you completed the previous one. One part in this step is dedicated to kind of one person, one position, one team member that you will be dealing with. Each section will have a small homework at the end too. Remember, action is always the key. This is what we're here for. And it will be clear and well structured in your mind when you go through this process several times. We'll start with real estate agents. First of all, what they do. Real estate agents will help you to find properties. That's their number one objective. They will also be working with you to send offers on your behalf based on your data that you will provide them with. They will be helping you with communication with the seller or their agents. This is what they do. How they are paid. Real estate agents are paid as a percentage of the sale amount. When the deal is closed, a percentage that is agreed upfront goes as the compensation for the work that agents do. This percentage may be different. It may be from 2 to 6% of the purchase price, and in most cases it is paid by the seller. You as the buyer don't have to be concerned about this payment that goes to a real estate agent. Effectively, the real estate agent is working for you but being paid by the seller. That's the way the system is set up. It is true in most situations, as I mentioned. Now let's look in details and talk about what real estate agents actually are. You need at least one agent in each area of your interest. That's one thing. If you cannot find the agent in the area, you at least need to find one who would be familiar with that area, working remotely. You also need real estate agents specializing in your category of properties, meaning multifamily properties. Normally, and mind you, this is important, normally real estate agents are not experts in qualifying deals. This is your responsibility. Don't even try to ask their advice on whether it is a good deal or bad deal. What they can do, they can only provide you with the information, and it's your job to qualify the deal. Then you can have as many real estate agents as you want, even inside of one area. The thing is that you should try to be professional and fair to your real estate agents. So if you find a person, an agent who knows and works in a specific area, give him some time to come back with some results. No matter how many deals agents send your way, they are only paid when you purchase the property or close the deal. So you don't pay them anything until you actually purchase something. Now I wanted to take a few notes. While interviewing real estate agents, and we'll talk about it in a minute, you will need to make sure that they are experts in selling or buying multi-unit residential properties. Real estate agents can provide a lot of insights, but you are lucky if you find one who knows the process that we are going through with you from A to Z. Do not rely on this. I emphasize this again, real estate agents are to provide you with the information and do what they are trained to do. They are not deal makers. You will be. The more eyes are looking for what you need, the better for you. There is no exclusivity here. Any of real estate agents out there can find and show you any property on the market. If you approach the seller's agent directly, you may offer him to represent you in this deal as well. Doing this is better for the agent because he would not need to share the commissions in this case. Depending on the situation, you may use it as an incentive for the seller's agent. However, do it only if you believe that it is better for you. I mean, you trust the agent, you know that he is one of the best. From financial perspective, you don't really care. It's in most cases, as I said, the money comes from the seller when the deal is closed. Don't be ashamed to keep rejecting deals coming from the same agent. It is nothing wrong with that. Don't feel uncomfortable when people send you something and you just keep rejecting them. You should reply, absolutely. When you get an information, you should at least send 2 notes to the person who sent it your way. One note is to confirm that you received it, and second note saying that what you think about that. But if you keep rejecting information coming from a particular agent, there could be two reasons for that. One, that you did not define or clarify what exactly you're looking for to the level that the agent would understand. And second, the agent is not performing good enough. In the first case, you simply call or write an email saying, well, you've been sending me a lot of information, but nothing kind of fits. So I want to be sure that you understand again what I'm looking for and repeat your objectives and your criteria that they have to keep in mind. In the second case, when you see that, okay, you explain it twice and still no good results or a lot of information that makes no sense, what you do, you simply fire that agent. It's not worth your time to stop communicating with him. Just politely say thank you. I will contact you again when I need more details. That's it. How do you find agents? How do you find real estate brokers? There are a few ways. The easiest way to find real estate agent is when you look for properties online. It's already in the area that you need by definition. They are specializing in the property type that you're looking for, okay, because the listing is for a specific type. And if it's represented by an agent, that means that at least that agent knows what he's talking about. He may not be an expert, that is to be verified, but in general, yes, they are specializing in the property type that you're looking for. You are already talking to them while calling and asking questions about the property. So why not to explore more, asking or at least trying to understand if this person is good enough to be a part of your team. They will be willing to work with you because if you choose to, they will not need to share the commission as I just explained to you. So talking to the agent when you call to explore or to get more information about a particular listing, you're potentially talking to a good candidate for your team. Keep it in mind. Then, if you are simply trying to find an agent based on general web search, it's fine too. That works. Normally, agents are available through brokerage companies. When you find the company, call their general number first. And then whoever picks up the phone, ask to connect you with or give you the number of the most knowledgeable real estate agent who specializes in multi-unit residential properties having 10 to 30 units in it. That is your mantra now. Again, ask to connect you with the most knowledgeable real estate agent who specializes in multi-unit residential properties having 10 to 30 units in it. Then talk to him directly using the script that you will find in the download section, in resources section. When we're talking about other sources of information like Yellow Pages, Facebook groups, yes, they work, they are the same. No matter where you find this source, follow the same kind of process that we've gone through right now. Another good place to find real estate agent would be events related to real estate. Check and you may find some real estate organizations in your area of interest. That's important. It should be in the area of interest, not just general organization. Okay. Then call to inquire and visit that event only if it has something to do or something related with multi-unit residential properties having 10 to 30 units. If nothing like that is there, don't waste your time. All right. But if you're lucky to find such an event and if you're there, meet people, take their business cards and agree when you can call them. I'm talking about real estate agents. Don't try to ask any questions or interview them during the event. It is hardly appropriate and it will only look strange. So don't do that. Collect information, try to make a good impression, shake their hands, and leave. And then call them later with all your questions that you need to clarify. They will respect and appreciate that. And the final comment. When you start working on this program, you will likely meet other real estate investors. They are your friends, not enemies or competitors. Don't be afraid to talk to them or connect with them. Openly tell them what you're looking for. I mean the area, type of property, price range, number of units, and so on. At the end of conversation, simply mention, by the way, can you recommend me a knowledgeable real estate agent who could help me finding properties in this particular area? They will likely suggest you one or two agents to contact. Then, if you can call real estate agent that people recommended to you and mention that you were recommended to talk with them by such and such investor. This will certainly add you credibility and immediately break the ice during the conversation. And with that, we can continue to the interview section of this step. Interviewing real estate agents. First of all, always start with a quick introduction. You will find a document that is called Real Estate Agent Phone Call in the downloadable in resources area. Use that document as a template or as a sample of how you introduce yourself while speaking for the first time to the agent. If when you call they're busy, ask for a specific time when you can call them. Try to avoid a situation when they are calling you, because you need to be well prepared and focused for that conversation. Always take notes including date, time, name of the person you talk to, agency name, area, and the phone number. The document with all these questions is in resources area. You will download it. And then you have two ways to use it during the interview. One way is just to print it out and read these questions when you talk with the person over the phone, having another piece of paper where you would be noting the answers. Each question has its own number. So for example, number one question, you ask that question. When you hear the number, take your notes, marking that these notes are related to question number one. Another possibility could be just copy the content of that document, paste it on another document, and spread questions out, leaving an empty space between them. So you would simply be then putting notes right after the question. Now, we'll go through these questions one by one, and I will give you some kind of touches, or I will provide you with additional comments of why you're asking and what should be the answer, because that's important. When you ask the question, you should understand whether the answer is good or not good. So I'll give you those highlights right there. Question number one. How long have you been in real estate business? It should be at least 5 years. If it is less than that, I would hesitate to make that person my team member. You need an experienced expert. Second question. Is real estate business is what you do for a living? The answer should be definitely yes. If it is part-time or it's just an interest of mine, don't waste your time. Number three. What is your specialty in real estate? This should be multi-unit residential properties. You should also ask here how long this type of property was your main focus. If it is yesterday, if it is a couple of weeks ago, if it is a couple of months ago, it's not good enough for you. You need to find someone who's been dealing with it for at least a couple of years. Question number four. If I may, how many properties have you sold last year? We're talking about multi-residential properties here. Expect the answer between 5 and 10. If it is more than 10, it is excellent. It also depends on the area, but I cannot give you a general number here, but it is not 1 or not 2. Because if it is 1 or 2, it is hardly possible that this person is specializing on this type of real estate. Number 5. What area are you mostly familiar with? Listen and note. If it's inside of what you defined as an area of interest, great. If not, keep it in mind and follow up with later questions. Number 6. Do you work with real estate investors? It should be yes in general, because multi-unit properties are normally purchased by real estate investors. Ask for 1 or 2 references and then call these real estate investors. The purpose is to first check what they have to say about this agent. And also, you may acquire new connection and ask for good real estate agents, mortgage brokers, and lawyers that these real estate investors may know, which could be quite useful. Number 7. How much is your commission? The purpose of the question is to hear the percentage, the structure, and the process, meaning when and what is to be paid. Number 8. Do you think it's a good time to buy and why? Obviously, you refer to a specific area here and a time frame. If the agent has a clear answer, it's a good sign. He knows what he's doing. In any case, you are the one to say whether it is right or wrong. So no matter what you hear from the agent, do not simply take it as an action plan. You have your knowledge. You may listen and then make your call. If the answer is correct or if it is what you think it is, then work with this agent. If the answer is uncertain or fuzzy, well, take it into account for your decision making as well. Number 9. What part of the real estate cycle the area is in right now? It is okay actually for them not to answer this question. Half of them will not be able to understand the nature of the question at all. But if the answer is clear and well defined, you have a really good candidate for your team. Number 10. What is the average number of days on the market until sold? They should either tell you right away or they may ask to come back later with the answer. In any case, be sure to point out to the specific type of property you are interested in and take the information that we'll provide you with for your consideration. Number 11. What are vacancy rate in the area for type B or type C or D class properties? They need to know this. They really do. Number 12. Do you own any investment property? It's an optional question, but if the answer is yes, it's a good sign. If they own multi-unit residential properties, they will likely know much better what your criteria are and will not be sending you lemons instead of right propositions. Number 13. Are these areas going up in value faster than others? If they can answer positively, ask them to comment why, for how long, and if they have any active listings in the area that would meet your criteria. This is a valuable question because if the area you're looking at is now expanding, the values will go up. Again, if this area goes through that life cycle phase where it should be in, the prices will be starting to go up. You just need to relate how long ago it started to raising prices and then to decide whether it is still good time to buy or it is simply too late. Number 14. Are you normally available during weekends? This is simply to get a feel if, based on this first discussion, they are willing to work with you. Normally, real estate agents are very active during the weekends and have no problem answering your phone calls. So if you hear something like, sure, no problem, that means that the agent is willing to work with you. If he starts to come up with kind of different excuses or maybe, well, probably your first conversation didn't make a good impression or he doesn't feel comfortable working with you for one reason or another. So it could be an indication for you. Real estate agents' bottom line. Expertise and experience are the keys here. You need to find people who are experts and have number of years of experience working, selling particular type of property, multi-unit residential properties with building size of 10 to 30 units in it. This person shouldn't be comfortable for you to work with. You need to have that comfort while you talk and speak with your team. This is really important. Then type of properties in your areas of interest. Emphasizing again, it is not just a real estate agent with experience and expertise in some areas. He should be an expert in properties of the type that you want to purchase. The person, the agent, should have really clear understanding of what you need. You have a script to explain it to him. If you have some difficulties to convey what you're looking for, repeat it a couple of times and see what happens. At the end, a good real estate agent will understand. If he doesn't, he will ask you questions that you need to answer. But understanding of what you need is essential for him to provide you with proper information. And certainly willingness to assist you with whatever questions you may have. People are different. And if you can build that right type of relation with the agent, no matter what question you ask, he or she will do her best to provide you with most valuable information, including connecting you with other people. I've been working with different agents, and I have, for example, one agent who replied to all my questions, no matter what, no matter if they were related to a particular property we were discussing, or just general question. That was incredibly valuable. At the same time, I worked with another agents that didn't really want to talk about anything else except this particular deal. Well, people are different, but try to choose a team member that would help you building your business. Now, if you feel that the agent is a good candidate for your team during this phone call, finish your conversation with saying something like, it was a pleasure talking with you today. I appreciate your time and hope I can start working with you in near future. Would you mind if I follow up after this call with a short email summarizing again what exactly I'm looking for? Great, expect my email shortly and we'll be in touch later. So short conclusion, just summarizing that you are good with the result of conversation. You will follow up with email, so it will be expected by the agent. It's a good ending of the interview. If, on the other hand, when you feel during this conversation that the agent is not who you're looking for, don't waste your time. Don't waste his or her time as well. Simply say, thanks for your time. I will keep your contact info if I need your help in the future. And finish that conversation with this. As a conclusion, some agents simply work to get paid. Some are willing to take the journey with you. Try to find second category and create a relation that would last a long time. Remember, your success is their success and vice versa. Make it fair, make it right from the very beginning. Do not expect every phone call to result in a good team member. You will likely have to call 5 to 10 people before you get who you want. Don't worry, this time expense will pay off incredibly well later, trust me. You can only truly understand what kind of agent you found after some time. So assume initially that all of them who you selected are the best and see what will happen later. And we now came to homework or to-do list. What I want you to do, and this is about real estate agent only. First, familiarize yourself with the interview script. It will take you 1 or 2 hours. There are few questions, but you should know by your heart all of them. You should know what to expect as an answer. Read this text, read this script a number of times out loud. You should sound confident, you should sound professional. While reading, think of why you ask this question and what would you want to hear back. That's important. Print these questions as I told you. You can either print the document that I gave or create another one for your easy note-taking. Then go online and find real estate agencies in the area of your interest. Call them up and follow the script I gave you to collect contact info for agents. Do the same using Yellow Pages, Facebook groups, or any other online resources that you may find. Organize all information in a table before you start making interview and phone calls. You don't want this process to become messy, because each phone call will result in a list with your notes. You will then be sitting analyzing those notes, and this should be fairly organized, otherwise you will not know who you spoke with. It's quite difficult to remember after you made 10-15 phone calls and spoke with a number of people within a short interval of time. So do it the way that would support your decision-making process. After you are ready, start making phone calls to interview real estate agents. Your objective at this part is to have at least one or better few real estate agents on your list for each area of your interest. For this process to make effect, you need to make at least one full phone call per day during a couple of weeks. It depends on how much time you have. If it is only evening hours because you are employed, that's fine too. The best way actually to call them when they're not that busy. And my experience says that real estate agents are quite busy during the day and may not be that busy at the evening. Certainly I don't recommend calling them at dinner time, but if you call them at 6 p.m., they may actually be happy to hear from you. So experiment and just be polite and professional, and no matter what time you call them, it should result in a good relation from the beginning. People who you're calling, they don't know you, but with the script that I gave you, they will take you seriously. So present yourself accordingly. When you start calling property ads, you will have more possible real estate agent candidates to interview. For now, just start as I described. This will give you a really good experience and should result in the information flowing your way. Move to the next part, which is about mortgage broker, only after you have practiced calling real estate agents and have results. Have a couple of agents or few agents that you will be working with or looking for properties. Again, action here is the key to success. You cannot become good in anything until you do it. So focus and start doing it. And with that, see you in the next video where we will be discussing how to choose, how to work, how to speak with mortgage brokers.